um, oh, what's that place called?
And the thing too is if like, like we had a decent amount of not even a decent amount, like we had like
Tunica.
few people go, like it would literally cost everyone like $100.
Yeah, it's cheap.
If that.
Tunica.
Like if we're just going for like 3 days or something.
Like 45 minutes away from me, Tunica, Mississippi. I've been there a couple times.
We'll
Yeah,
just
it's
fucking
balanced pretty nicely.
rent like a huge fucking Airbnb. And then
Yep.
like really the only money you're spending is like on food and drinks.
What are you guys talking about?
We were talking about our little vacation.
Like a group vacay to like Nashville.
It's not that far from me. A couple hours.
It's nice there too, right? See, they got like a lot of bars and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how long it would take me to get to Tennessee. I don't think that long.
Probably like 8 hours.
Fuck that, I wouldn't drive. I'm talking about flight. Dude, I'm the last person you ever find fucking going on a road trip or driving somewhere.
It's like longer than 2 hours. You're taking a fucking flight.
Dude, yeah. There was
Chicago
no
to
way.
Nashville, they're like 140.
To me, that's worth every penny. I fucking hate driving long distance. It's just like just fucking I don't know. I just
I
hate it.
don't mind it under like 3 hours, 4 hours. After that, it's ridiculous.
I just get road rage too much, man.
Yeah.
When I was stationed in Florida, man, and my brothers were in Little Rock, I used to drive every weekend. I'd get done on Fridays around 5 o'clock. I'd go on Liberty, and then I would drive from Pensacola, Florida, all the way to Little Rock, and it's about 10, 11 hours. And I would do that on Friday evening, show up about midnight, 1 a.m., hang out Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and drive back.
Fuck that.
I did that every day for like 6 months.
Dude, when I went to go pick up Luca, that was like a 3.5 hour drive and I was fucking tripping out.
Uh, when I moved from Florida to California, the government paid for everything. They sent out professional packers, packed up my house, shipped everything over there. But I didn't want to, ship my car and stuff and fly. So I decided to drive, and they pay you to drive. But I had drove from Florida all the way to California, and that took like 3 days, driving about 12 hours each day. I made a road trip out of it.
Florida's the worst, dude. If you're driving from like anywhere in the Northeast, 14-hour drive for me, dude. It was miserable.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, like I think that's what happened. Like the reason I don't like to do it anymore is like when I was a kid, we drove from here to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and that fucking drive took like 18 hours and I was just miserable.
Myrtle's not that bad for me. I
The,
think it's
mo-
like 7.
the most I've driven straight without stopping is 18 hours, and
Going
that
on, Alan.
destroyed me.
Yeah, my dad did it straight too. He didn't stop. We were actually out there and it was like someone has it on YouTube. I think I seen it. There was a fucking big tornado and it like plowed into our fucking hotel and I remember we were leaving breakfast and the tornado was like down the street and you could see it and we had to pull over inside of a parking garage. It's pretty bad.
We had that happen to us. I think it was in Either in Florida, or I think it was in Florida, and we had to hide under the pier. There was fucking hail and shit flying around everywhere. Pretty scary.
My mom's got a picture somewhere, like those fucking disposable camera pictures when those things were in.
Polaroids back in the day. Hey Jack, can you go over silver? Silver's mainly going down today due to the dollar pumping. The dollar was getting a lot of strength, so silver got hurt. It actually bounced right off support around 25. There's a big gap there that it filled, and there's a level. That's where my level is, right on that gap. So that buy the dip signal on the OTS is coming in right on that wick, so it doesn't look too bad. Pretty nasty sell-off. It's below VWAP, but if you can bounce a little higher, start holding above like 25.50, it doesn't look that bad. Just kind of gave away. This is the problem with silver. Every time it gets going, it gives away like a week's worth of gains in one day. And then you have to fucking wait like 2 weeks for it to go back up, and then it gives it away in a day. So, this is why trading silver is very difficult. Hey, Daily, what's going on? But yeah, I would say overall it's not that bad. It's below a lot of resistance. If you can just bounce like 20 more cents, it wouldn't be too bad. It's mainly from the dollar. You just gotta watch the dollar. The dollar's pumping. This is what I was talking about in Discord too. The dollar has a massive bull div. Basically, this entire way down, it's creating a bull div. So you have this like momentum. It's not coming into the downside. The momentum is showing the bulls are holding it up. So when we start to break out of this, like when we start to break out of this channel, which we currently are, the buyers are going to start stepping in. So the dollar is probably going to continue to pump, which is going to hurt the metals. You can also look at like a weekly. This is a big double bottom. So this could be a double bottom coming in, pops up. That would hurt metals. Weirdly enough, the Momo doesn't do this very often, but we're double bottoming here, and the Momo is already confirming the bottom. So typically it takes a little bit of confirmation for it to confirm. This is confirming very quickly. So this might be like a V reversal, and that would really hurt metals. You can see here if I zoom in, this trend line here, when it pops out of that low, that's like confirming the bottom. So it's confirming the bottom very, very early. It only took like what, 3 candles? You have a monthly bull div coming in too. And then how does the dollar look compared to JPY? You can see the dollar looks really good. Look at the monthly. You have a beautiful bull flag, and you're already confirming the bottom. So it looks like the dollar wants to pump. Look at the weekly. So I'd be very careful. I'm in metals too, so I'm probably going to get hurt on the way down. I'm trading a diagonal on AG, so if it goes down for the short term, I actually make money. So that's not too bad. Silver, I'm naked on silver though, so I'll lose money on silver.
Markets choose pain today?
There was a few plays early in the morning besides that. Pretty much got shit on.
Probably a good day for me to just be driving all day.
That BGCP company we were looking at hit our target, and we're breaking out of that resistance now, so keep an eye on that.
That's the one that Stan called, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it hit our target, and it's breaking out of the resistance. So next target would be like 680 to 740. Then we had DRE hit our target around 48. It holds above that. Could go to 49.50. We'll watch that. Eli Lilly was one that we called out this morning. Looks really strong. If it fills the gap at like 205, can get above 206, you could run pretty hard. The weekly on that's really clean. Laser, we called that out earlier this week. Breaking out of the triangle, that looks really good as well. Should start to see a move to like 26.50 and then maybe like 30. I'm still keeping an eye on Neo, but like I said, I don't want to trade this chop. You can see how choppy it's getting. So I'm going to wait for this to be over. Maybe a break of 43. I'll hop back in. We closed our shares for a 20% gain. Wasn't too bad. I did just hop in. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying I did just hop in INSG for a short squeeze play. It's one of the most shorted stocks on the market right now. Breaking out of a falling wedge. 32% short float. 16 days to cover. This thing could really start moving if you get some volume when the meme stocks start losing their volume.
You on vacation, Smoochie?
Yep. For at least the long weekend.
Why is there a long weekend?
I just made one.
No.
Very tip in New Jersey, Cape May. It's beautiful.
Dev said I've been running through your tutorials. They're really useful, and I've already positioned in a lot of your advice. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Glad I could help you. I need to make some more videos. I've been making mainly just live streams recently, but I've been hella busy recently. So once I get some more time on my hands, I'll probably start making videos again, like separate videos that are not just live streams. I still have a plan for like a full like a remaster of my stream and stuff. I gotta talk to like some editors and get some notifications made, like those little pop-ups that say like, oh, like the video or subscribe, all those little things. I need to get like a new logo made for all my socials and stuff. I got a lot of work I gotta catch up on. I need to get new thumbnails made for my live streams. I'm still behind on the bot. Haven't done the back testing recently. Got a lot of real world shit I've been dealing with, so trying to get all that shit sorted before I get all the trading stuff sorted.
You been selling premium at all, Deja?
Only on silver. I'm up like 55% on my AG premium that I sold. That's the only one that I'm in currently.
Selling 28s?
22s on AG. I
Okay.
thought about selling more 22s, but it needs to bounce. I want a better premium than this. If it tries to go back to like 1850-ish, I'll probably sell some more 22s. Most of my money's been made on shares recently. Closed a big trade on Neo recently. I was up pretty big on XRT, but it came back. And then Jets, I was up big on that, and then it came back. Once these start moving, though, I think they'll be pretty good trades. The options market is still very scalp heavy right now.
Connor, I guess I was right about Bank of America. I took it when we were talking about it last week. Had a good week.
Yeah, well done on that. Actually left paid today.
Yeah, it's like Johnny said, it typically does well when the dollar does well.
The 4-hour on Bank of America just respects the OTS trail so hard for so long.
Hello. What's going on? Yeah, all those buy the dip signals on Bank of America, geez. They
Yep.
all worked beautifully.
Bank of America's going to 47. Been saying it for months.
I hope so. I'm in the 42s for next April.
Did you buy it at 47 like 10 years ago?
It's going to 47.
What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Yeah, the
I
trail's
called
holding
them out
nicely.
a couple months ago. I bought April 2022 $42 calls for like $3.25, and they were at $5 earlier today. Basically,
So,
my only green position.
I just keep trying to go down and look at the lower time frame charts, and they're just dog shit recently. The dailies and weeklies are just super clean. Even the monthly charts are starting to look really good.
All I've been looking at is weeklies at the moment.
The weeklies have been really good recently.
That's all I've traded. I took like 3 trades in the last 10 days, and they're all off weeklies.
Yep.
Not taking any day stuff at all.
No, weeklies have been really good on equities. What's Doordash doing? I haven't looked at Doordash recently. Doordash actually looks really good. Today was the perfect day to check.
I'm
Coming
waiting for
back
Ford.
coming back to retest this wedge.
Ford just broke weekly resistance at 13.35, and it's just flying, man. It's going to fly up to 17, touch back, and if it gets past that, that's probably going to be my entry. If it gets above 17.40.
Ford hit a 52-week high. Launched off that pivot.
What's that? Ford?
Yeah. I should have held my leaps, man. I was in 1250 leaps. Or I think it was 1250 or 1350 leaps. They'd be paying right now.
But they're just 12.
Were they 12? I was in some kind of fucking leaps. It was somewhere around that area. They would be absolutely paying.
They were burning a hole in your pocket for a bit. And like
Yeah, that downtrend, I just couldn't hold anymore. It was irritating.
nasty.
And
then
they
Biden
finally came in. Yeah, that retest, the pivot on the low of the day today was disgusting.
On what?
Ford came all the way down to $15, retest the pivot, and then it went to $16 after that, which is a big move for Ford. 7%.
Such a nice buy signal on the weekly, man. Like 3 weeks ago, just bouncing off trend.
How's the bot doing on this thing? It's probably slaying it. Yeah, the weekly bot slayed that entire move up, got trapped a little bit, instantly bought back in. There's that weekly pivot. This is what I talk about with the pivots. When there's like really long pivots, they're like magnets. They just suck price back into them. And look at that really long pivot on the weekly on Ford. Just sucked price all the way back into it. The daily buy signal was really clean all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, that buy. What's the buy like on the weekly? Is it right down there in that? Yeah,
It just bought
right
last
on
week.
trend, pretty much.
It just bought last week on the bot, but the original buy was on May 26th of last year.
That's an amazing daily buy on Ford there.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago. It's crazy.
What's up?
And check out Urban One. UONE.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
we'll need it out. It's gonna move.
Shit, it's already fucking up.
Yeah,
It's already up
on top of it.
200%. It's not a bad chart, but it's already up 200 and a quarter. Hey, Frank.
Yeah. Wish I would have caught this just a few days ago.
Yeah. I haven't seen this on my scanner, so it must not have a lot of short float or anything. $1.2 million calls on BlackBerry today so far. Lumen, the one that Johnny was mentioning earlier, is still running. Oh, I had that charted out already. That looks good. You just broke the 1470 level. Next target is like 1550. That's a really clean chart, actually. Yeah, the weekly is breaking a very long weekly pivot. I'd keep an eye on that one.
You check out FEYE, Deja.
Is that Fire Eye?
It's dropping. Yeah, it's dropping today. I'm just wondering if it's hitting on anything, bouncing.
Got crushed. That was acquisition move. They're selling a piece of their business.
That was my last earnings play. We got slapped on that.
I think we all get slapped on that.
Yeah, the earnings was stupid. Yeah, they failed a weekly pivot to the penny. I wouldn't touch that thing. You see that chart I posted on Doordash, J-May?
Yeah, I'm in Dash.
Oh, nice. Yeah, pulling back to retest the wedge. This thing could go. It's not bad. Where's the anchored VWAP from the all-time high? Let's see. Oh, it's right where it failed.
Yep.
Anchored VWAP from the IPO is above you as well. So once you break both those anchored VWAPs, it should rip above like 157. The anchored VWAP from the all-time low is coming up as support, 137.80.
I know you don't care as much about fundamentals, but I do think the delivery business is going to start suffering soon.
Because people are going back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you definitely want to be positioned more in travel and retail than you do in delivery. And streaming services, they're going to probably get hurt a little bit. The movies are already going back to the theaters. They didn't like their little experiment.
What do you think of City, Deja? Like Lotto, $80 calls.
Can you really do a lotto on those though? Their IV's like extremely low, isn't it? They're hitting a weekly pivot like to the penny, and it doesn't like that level so far. There's a weekly pivot at 80.12.
You check like the weekly and monthly on Live Nation. That's LYV.
One of the
It's like
strongest
Ticketmaster.
weekly pivots I've ever seen on Citigroup. LYV. Aren't they don't they do like concerts and shit?
It's like they own Ticketmaster. Live
Oh
Nation.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I work for them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, here in Australia.
So what's the scoop?
Yeah,
I work for the promoters for them. They do the industry's fucked because they own heaps of venues. They do tickets and they do concerts and all that sort of shit. And like in most parts where it's been shut down, their business has just been fucking crushed completely.
There was a weekly buy last week.
Yeah, it's all starting to recover in a lot of other parts in the world, but it depends on where you are, right?
Looks
Who's
like
talking? New voice.
Last time there was a weekly buy, it was at like 46 and it went all the way to 90.
looks like there's a weekly cup and handle, so if it breaks that local high on the weekly, it should go.
Yeah, they made a bunch of acquisitions a few years ago where they amalgamated a few other concert companies and shit like that, and that was pretty major. But
If you
also,
look at the monthly, there was a take profit on the monthly a couple months ago, and then it broke it. So it kind of confirmed that it was breaking the take profit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if you like what Keytoy likes to say, like if you break the take profits, they give you like re-entry points. I'm still trying to code that in. I'm gonna get it eventually. I had something in my head that I thought would work, and I forgot to fucking write it down, and I can't remember now. It will come back to me. Hey, Sal. INSG is trying to come back a little bit. It's not a lot of volume. Thing with short squeezes is they need volume. How many shares does it have today? It's got 1.3 million. FUV keeps coming up on my short squeeze scanner. Looks very similar to INSG. 30% short float with 6 days to cover. Much smaller market cap, about 450 million market cap. They've already done 4.3 million in shares today. Pretty clean falling wedge break. Back above the 50-day moving average too, which is good. That's what you want to look for in falling wedges, is the wedge break, being back above the 50, and then they should be able to run. Basically exactly what INSG looks like is what you want to look for. I ran a similar price action screen earlier. I didn't find any other ones. Let me see if I can do it again.
When it shows you the volume of an option on like TD, is that just today's volume?
yes.
Wow. I was looking at all the different Live Nation options, and there's some pretty deep in the money calls. 82.50 for.
Similar chart is PLM, CLII, Climate Change Crisis Real Impact Acquisition Corporation. What the fuck is that?
82.50s for July 16th. They're like $900 a contract, but there's like 4,000 volume today.
the thing with Live Nation is once international travel comes back, that's when they're going to take off again.
Moochie.
Fuck the Knicks.
Yes, Caesar.
Yes, sir.
Fuck you.
Thank you, sir. Right back at you. Love you too, bud.
What are you playing today? What do you got? What kind of crazy diagonals?
I have Netflix Butterfly.
Didn't they get wrecked today?
Yeah, I got puts though. Put Butterfly, not calls.
Got it. Okay.
Playing the other side. It's up a decent amount.
Per usual for you.
Here's a good one that came up on my similar scan. VST. Daily breaking out of a wedge back by the 50-day. Nice little engulfing candle today. That's not too bad. Weekly and monthly are dog shit though. Let me see if it has any short float. No short float. I wouldn't touch that.
Oh, casual C is nicely done.
Yeah, I'm not gonna close it yet. I think it's gonna come down at least maybe 480.
Fucking
Or so.
C's does too.
Can you show how
Huh?
you scan? I use trade ideas to scan. I can show you some of them. Let me see.
What'd you say, Connor?
So you don't fucking miss, bro.
Oh,
Oh, these are all messed
You
up.
haven't gotten wrecked in a minute because you do the spreads.
yeah. One of the main
You still
reasons.
holding that dog shit CCIV contract?
No, I closed that a
Good.
while back. Yeah.
You see, you're probably not going to get your car for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
They're only
Well,
producing like 480 of them this year, I think I saw.
I'm thinking about canceling my order, to be honest with you.
Yeah, get a Cybertruck. Be a real douchebag.
I don't know who to call or what. Some dude texted me and left me his number when I first ordered it, and I need to call him back.
Rugged.
Fucking rugged.
How much did you have to put down on that?
Like $3 grand.
Rugged by Elon. They're using that 3 grand to fucking find any metal they can get.
To what?
To get their hands on any metal that they can find.
Yeah.
My scans are all messed up, but you guys on stream, these are like some of my trade ideas ones. The one on the bottom right is my short squeeze one. You can see it says like short float percentage and then days to cover, market cap, stuff like that. If you guys are in Discord, I can send you my exact layout. And you guys can literally just import my layout. Here, let me show you. Can I show you the whole thing? Let me see.
The last time and the only times I ever hold one side, something that's not a spread, is usually a day trade like AMC or something. But with spreads, you limit your profits, you cap, but the protection it provides you, whether it's a debit spread or credit spread, that protection is something that has worked for me for a long time now.
If you noticed on stream, this is an ultra wide monitor, so I can't show you the whole monitor. But like I have my call scanner on the top left, a bunch of momentum stuff. Basically, all the green stuff is all momentum. So all this stuff here is momentum scans. Short squeeze right here. This is like a standard deviation breakout for bigger companies. This is a bounce scanner. High a day. Biggest gainers. This is a turbo breakout scanner. This is a new high a day scanner that checks if they're above the 50-day and the 20-day. These are 1-minute charts for SPY and Qs. And then I have block trade scanners up here, over 1 million shares, over 250,000 shares, penny stock movers, volume leaders. And then I have more on my other monitor that I can't really show you. But they're basically like volume, block trade, stuff like that. They're hard to read on stream, so I can't really, like, you guys can't even read these, I don't think. I could probably try to zoom in. Like, can you guys even read that on stream?
Look at XERS. That thing's about to tear face. 5,000 options contracts traded today.
Which one?
XERS.
Pharmaceutical.
618, $5 calls.
It's a chart that I like. If it has short float, let me see. Sorry guys, let me change my scene back.
12,000 of those options traded today.
Short float is 20%. Days to cover is 5.6. That's not that bad.
That thing's gonna run.
Not that bad at all.
They're 40 cents.
Yeah, I was thinking the next time that I change up my my setup, like my setup IRL with all my monitors and shit, I'm thinking about setting up like some way to live stream my scans basically 24/7. But it would have to run on like another computer, I think. Let me try to zoom this in one more time. Make it a little bigger.
You taking some of those, Connor?
Yeah, but I went out another month. I grabbed July's.
I'm trying to show you these bottom ones too. It's just too hard. It's about the best I can do.
Got
Trying to
this
fit an
7.5
ultra wide.
for July.
Trying to fit an ultra wide into a 1980 by 1020 or 1920 by 1080 is not easy.
Up 65% in like 2 minutes.
Which ones?
XERS, July 7.5s.
Nice. How's Tesla doing? Still fucking waterfalling. Look at that thing go. The sell signals on the OTS, man, called it beautifully. Once you lost the daily pivot, it's basically fucked. If it can't get back above 583 by the end of the day, which it's probably not going to. Not looking too good. What are my recommendations to build a good trading plan? I can't really make that for you, man. It's
John
all about
Oasis.
finding what style works for you, time horizons that work for you, risk management that works for you. A lot in trading is very personalized, man.
The hardest part is not jumping in like without any background of what your style is. And part of what's being in here is useful to understand like how you trade versus JMA trades versus how Connor trades versus how Caesar trades versus how Johnny trades. Like it's all different and works for them. And by observing it, you learn a lot and can create your own strategy that works for your risk tolerance.
Yeah, we have a lot of different traders in our group, and we all trade differently. Me and JMA are kind of similar. We're probably the most similar out of the whole group, but
His balls are a little bigger.
we still trade very differently. He's more aggressive than I am. I'm probably the most conservative trader in the group. So it's all about finding your style. And the only way to find your style is to lose money. Really.
That is a fact.
And I'm a degenerate.
You got to lose money and then realize like, okay, why am I losing money? Why or how do I fix this? And then you try another way. And you're like, okay, I'm still losing money. But you have to figure out what feels better. Like, do you feel better scalping? Like, do you like being in and out very, very quickly, or does that make you too emotional? Do you like holding on to things very long, or are you not patient? You know what I mean? So you gotta figure out like time horizons, how much you're willing to risk. That's the first steps.
Yeah, everybody's risk management is completely different.
Yep.
Most people don't even know their own risk tolerance until they've gotten smacked a few times.
Like some people in our group, they don't mind risking like 10% of their account on a trade. I don't do that. I risk like a couple percent of my account to 5% of my account, like tops, on a trade.
I still remember last year I threw my whole account on spy calls on a Thursday. I couldn't sleep that whole night. I literally had threw my entire account into spy calls. And that whole night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I actually stayed up till 3 so when the pre-market opened, just so I could see if I was going to lose money. And as soon as the market opened, I closed it, got out with a profit, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing that shit again.
You got lucky.
Should have held C's.
Should have held. He should have
I
bought
made
more, and he should have held.
I put my whole account in. I'm happy with it because I made like 30% of my total account. But I just the paranoia and not being able to sleep and thinking about what if I lost all my money and it was just it was too much. Don't you guys remember I used to do that a lot last year? Every like month or two, I would throw my whole account into something, and I never lost. But I was smart enough to realize that eventually one of those times it's going to bite me in the ass and I'm going to lose everything. So might as well quit while I'm ahead.
And now you said that like you always keep at least half of your account in cash at all times, and you're only taking like 1-2 positions max at once.
Yeah, yeah, 3 at the most. But yeah, it I sleep a lot better. I don't stress out as much. But uh, one big trade I did last year was Neo. Um, I made a killing off of Neo and then CCIV earlier this year, but I don't do that. Risking majority of it on one trade anymore. I got lucky way too many times. Yeah, last year, golly, I remember one time I looked and I had like 12 positions. And
Yeah,
then
dude,
you,
I think my most I had last year was like 14 or 15 or something. It was really stupid.
And it's stupid because you look and you're like, let's say you're in Nvidia and you're like, oh my God, look at Nvidia, look how much it's run. I should be up massive. And then you see that you're like break even or up a little bit. And it's because one of your other positions is killing you.
Yeah, you got to be able to pick your trades for sure. If you guys have already watched all my videos on how to trade, like my how to trade series, you're hanging out in the live streams, and you're still like, okay, what do I do next? That's when I recommend you guys join the Discord. You could start out with the $30 tier if you don't want to pay the higher price for the higher tier. Then if you start making money with the daily analysis that we post on the $30 tier, then move up to the higher tiers. Don't just join the Discord if you're like, you have no idea what you're doing. Like, you don't even know how to read a candlestick chart. Like, if you're completely new to trading, start with my videos. Watch the videos. Then, when you're ready, join the Discord. That's why we made the $30 tier for you guys. We made the $30 tier for the people that have small accounts. They're ready to like get to the next step, but they don't want to spend that big chunk of money. Join the lower tier. Watch how I do my analysis every day. You're going to start seeing like, okay, this is what his charts look like. This is how he's finding support. This is how he's finding resistance. This is how he's finding targets. This is how he's finding good things that are hitting his watch list, right? Why is he putting this on his watch list? Stuff like that. And then when you can like start making your own watch list, you can start following those levels, and you still want to get to the next level. Then you join the higher tier, and we have all the indicators for you guys to play with. And the indicators will help you immensely once you guys already know the basics of reading charts. If you try to use our indicators and you don't know what you're doing, some of them are very helpful. Like the OTS you can use when you pretty much don't know anything. The bot you can use obviously when you don't know anything. But if you start using like the auto SR, the auto squeeze, like all the complicated indicators, they're just going to make it harder on yourself. I'm also changing up how I do the $30 tier analysis. I'm going to start giving the recommended contracts that I would look for if it was breaking the levels that I post. So like an example was, let me see. So like for Facebook, for example, I said like 340 call above 334. So like the resistance is 334. If you break that, the 340 call is the one that I recommend. And then like Apple, a 127 call above 125. And then I say 122 put below 123.41. So like that's the support. If it breaks that level, this is the put that I recommend. So I'm gonna start typing my analysis kind of like that. See how it goes. Some of the ones that I don't recommend options, or I don't find a clear option, I'm still doing my old style. So like Amazon, I said Amazon can see 3135 below 3200. I said Tesla can see 600 below 612. It could see 564 below 600. So you hit our 600 target. Now the next target on Tesla would be 564. So that's kind of how I do my analysis. It's very, very simple stuff. You find the important levels on the chart, and you design your trades off of those levels. What's going on with Tesla? They've got a lot of bad fundamental news coming out. What happened to my scanner? Where's my scanner? There it is. STLA, what's that? Doesn't look too bad. It's got a lot of gaps. So I'm assuming this is a foreign company. The weekly just broke a nice pivot at like 19. As long as you can hold above that, looks pretty strong. Nice little bull flag breakout here. Next target on that, well, you actually just hit a target. This is Jeep. I thought Jeep was an American company.
Jeep is owned by GM, Chrysler.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think this is Jeep, Vikram. You said STLA, right? Yeah, STLA. This is Stellantis. It's hitting a target right now at 2030. Next target would be around 22-ish. And then main target would be around 24. Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, and Fiat are all owned by Stellantis. What the hell is Stellantis? I've never even heard of that. Let's see. It's a Dutch company. Yeah, they own Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, Dodge, Fiat, Jeep, Maserati, Ram.
So GM sold Jeep.
Oh, I guess so. Chrysler and Jeep are owned by this Stellantis company now. I don't like trading the foreign companies. They gap too much. So I wouldn't trade that.
Oh, it used to be Fiat Chrysler. Yes, Stellantis actually bought it recently. Buick, that's still GM?
Buick?
Yeah.
Not sure. I'm not like 60 years old. I think you legally are not allowed to own a Buick unless you're like 60. You have to be approaching retirement.
It is GM.
They actually have gotten nicer though. Have you seen the new Buicks? They're pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Some of the new ones, yeah.
You got 3 minutes on the equities bell, guys. What was that? Walmart hitting my scan? Where did Walmart? It was Walgreens, Lumen. Where's Walmart? I just saw it. Yeah, Walmart. Here we go. Walmart's getting a little breakout here. Look at that volume coming in on Walmart.
Nice.
Big volume on Walmart coming in. Is Costco still ripping? We called out Costco this morning. Yeah, look at Costco. We called it out when it was testing that little trend line. Popped up. It's testing the pivot now. If you can break above that pivot, break the ascending triangle, this thing can go flying all-time high.
Send that shit to the moon.
Yeah, Costco looks really good. Look at Lumen. Called out by Johnny earlier. Lumen is ripping.
I don't even know I don't even know what type of news they got.
It looks good, dude. It's probably gonna go to 1550 easily.
Just wake up, Johnny.
Nah, I just finished burning.
So he really just woke up.
Practically, yeah. Back to reality.
AMC failed that 69 target perfectly again. Double topped on 69.
The meme is strong, dude.
Yep. What was it was Doge.
The
Yeah.
Doge got taken out by 69
Yeah.
too.
You guys like that call, huh? We made some money on that. We shorted the fuck out of Doge at 69.
I'm picking up some $7 calls on Ford tomorrow. Complete lotto, 6 cents each.
If Doordash bounces here, this is actually a really good chart. Bouncing right off 50 day. It needs to get above all those anchored VWAPs though. How's the volume profile look? It's actually hitting a lot of support here on volume. The pivot matches perfectly with the volume node. So you get back above that pivot, it should be pretty good. There's the bell on equities. I didn't have my broker open, so you guys didn't hear it on stream. Equities is closed. Let's see if we break our green streak. Green or red on the day. We've been green every single day this week.
Powell's speaking tomorrow morning.
Yeah, pre-market.
Let me check the calendar.
Does silver usually rip when he talks?
I don't think there's a correlation. What's tomorrow? The 4th?
I hope
Yeah.
he says inflation is going to be so fucking bad.
Yeah, that's...
There's going to be bodies in the street.
It's a little scary, actually. He doesn't speak pre-market usually.
Yeah, someone's getting fucking rugged.
He's speaking at 8:30, and then we have unemployment rate, employment change, and we have the average hourly earnings.
He just comes on and is like, it's all over, folks.
Yeah, it's going to be a little scary tomorrow morning. G7's meeting on Saturday. It's all over. He's pulling the plug on the printer.
Yep. The rug will be pulled, boys.
They're out of ink.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta run. Catch you guys later.
All right, go on.
Later.
We broke our green streak. You guys all fucking red today?
Yeah, I got bent
Nope.
over on metals. I got fucking rotted out on metals.
I'm not down that much. I think I'm down like less than $1,000 on metals right now. Have a good one, Frank.
I'm just trading the weeklies, man. That's why I'm not fucking selling. I actually added today.
The weeklies, dude, have been clean lately. Look at the weekly pullback to the pivot on SLV. It's slightly below it. If it can hold above that.
Fuck, I forgot to mention to you guys. Watch Trip tomorrow. Look at TripAdvisor's chart, Asia. You'll like that.
Let's see.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. A little higher low.
Look at the retest of the wedge, and then look at the anchored view up from the bottom candle.
It's sitting right on a monthly pivot. It's trying to bounce off of it.
Yeah, watch that tomorrow, boys. It's going
Yeah, I like that. I like the wedge. Oh, yeah, definite retest of the wedge for sure.
Which one, Jamie?
TripAdvisor. Look at the anchored VWAP from the May 19th.
Yeah, the low. Yep, wicked it. The anchored VWAP from the all-time high lines up perfectly with the pivot at 49.56.
Yeah, that's my target.
It's a long pivot too, so it's going to suck price right into it. Excel said, let me get this straight. Tomorrow USD rugs, Bitcoin goes to 20K, and apparently some Shizo says we are getting... What the hell are you saying, dude? We are getting what? On 8 or 18? I don't know what you just said, dude. I know you're memeing, but I can't read that.
Hopefully the dollar gets rugged. I want our currency worth nothing.
Trip's on my short squeeze scanner too.
If I can guess your top holding, you'll sub. Your top holding is AMC. It's SPY. Damn, I was close.
Yeah, just 3 letters.
Yeah. SPY bounced off a nice support today, 21 EMA and the support at 416.50. Not bad.
JB, you thinking options for Trip?
Yeah, I'm in options already.
Spreads are kind of dog shit.
I am in September 17th, $50 calls.
This could be a 4-hour giraffe on SPY.
Yeah, the spreads are dog shit.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it. I was going to go on a house tour today, but I'm staying home now. So analysis will be fairly early, probably around like 9, 10 o'clock. I'm going to stick to the new style of analysis, so I'll give you guys some options that I like. It's going to be Lotto Friday tomorrow too, so I'll give you guys some juicy lottos if I can find some. Yeah, that's all I got. Make sure to like the video, subscribe on YouTube. If you guys want to check out the $30 tier, I posted the link above. I'll repost it now. You guys can check out the Discord. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time as always, 3 p.m. Eastern. Peace out, guys.